se ka ëndra dite, ka ëndra nate. Të ditës janë ato për cilat ne punojmë. Ndaj dhe një program për të rit, i cili nënkupton shkollim cilësor dhe të drejtë shkollimi për të gjithë të rritë shqiptarë. Nënkupton një përpjekje të shoqërisë për suksesin e të rive shqiptarë në jetë, punësimin e tyre, krimin e familjes, mbështetja e madhe për sukses në biznesit. Pra, të gjitha këto janë element thelbësor se Shqipëria s'mund të jetë kur Shqipëri madhështore pa rinin e saj madhështore, pa ëndrrën të bërë realitet të trive të saj. Ndaj dhe unë nuk po flas gjatë. If Chris would like to say a few words, I will be very happy. And then we are here to listen.
Thank you. Works good, yeah. Good morning. Thank you for having me here. Beautiful day. I think it's really important that in politics, whether it's in the United States or here in Albania, that the youth and the younger votes have to be involved and take ownership of their government, because the future is you all. And, you know, I think what the policies that of the last 12 years have made it very difficult for the future and future opportunity for younger voters. And a lot of the policies that Dr. Berisha brings will ensure that many of you can stay here and find opportunity, find success, help build the country. So it's very important, and you know, for the campaign needs to communicate its messages to where the voters are, and most of you do not get your information from the traditional sources, you know, the media. You get it through social media, you get it through online, different venues. It's very important that we communicate to you all, but it's also very important that you engage and you make your opinion known, and you make sure you get your friends and your family to actually vote. And again, the entire election is about, the most important issue is the economy and the future. And you guys have the actual ability to affect and change the future and change the direction of your country, but you won't be able to do it unless you show up. There's an old saying that we have in the States: the world is controlled by those who show up. And it's really, really important that you show up and make your voices heard. Thank you.
Mendoj se të ndëgjojmë ju, pyetjet, komentet, sugjerimet, vërejtjet, kritikat, dëshirat, çdo gjë që ju ne jemi shumë të kënaqur të ndëgjojmë.
Mr. Lasivita, thank you for being here. My question for the sheriff is, what motivated the youth of the Republican Party in the last elections, and what was their key role in the campaign?
That's a great question, and thanks for asking that. So, just so everybody knows, I'm not really a sheriff. I just like to have a little bit of fun. But In the election in the United States, traditionally, the younger voters aren't really engaged. I think the left is always hopeful that the younger voters don't take ownership and don't get involved. But we actually had a very specific plan to engage younger voters because we talked about the issues that mattered to them. There's a lot of noise in campaigns, and people want to take you down different paths and talk about issues that don't really matter. And the most important thing for us was, first of all, communicating to the younger voters where they get their information. So again, it was online, through podcasts, through lots of non-traditional methods, and it's very important. Those same things you can do here. They were very much concerned about their ability to get ahead, get their own place. A lot of younger voters in the United States, because they can't really afford to get their own place, they're still living with their parents. And they didn't want to live with their parents forever. And so they want to get out on their own and establish their own roles and thank you. And have some sort of future. So they very much were responding to a lot of the messaging that President Trump was talking about, and of course they're caring about personal security. They care about economic security, and again, the issues that drove Americans to the polls in 2024 are the same issues here. It's very, very similar circumstances. So again, it's about ensuring that they know that there is a party that is focused on the future, and that conservatives have the best solutions. As I said yesterday, the last 12 years have been an abysmal failure. So why would you vote for the party? Why would you vote for the person who's responsible for the last 12 years? It's time to make a change.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Lasivitas, and it's a great pleasure to have you here. Welcome to Albania. I have 4 questions for you. The first one is that, seeing the way that you led the campaign of Mr. Trump in America, how will you adapt that campaign here in Albania, and what new strategies will we implement here? The second one is that Rama has modernized the way of stealing votes in Albania by employing people in the administration, even people that just get the salary and don't do nothing. How are you going to fight that? And the third of all is how are we going to balance the support that Rama is receiving from the left-wing parties of Europe, of course, because of he has the support of Soros. How are we going to balance this? And the fourth question is, will we have the support of the US in these elections? Concrete support.
Yeah. So, from a strategic standpoint, we're not going to give away too many secrets, but it's about having I think from a campaign standpoint, much more active on social media, much more active in non-traditional methods of communicating with voters. I think is a very important thing. Talking to the right group of voters, from a standpoint of the message, of course, the messaging Dr. Berisha talks about opportunity, about being able to stay in Albania, about being able to, have a future here, so you don't have to move to Europe or move to the United States. But
Nuk duhet të lëvizni në Europë në Bashkimin apo Shtetet Bashkuara të Amerikës, por duke u ndalur tek mbështetja e partive të majta, socialistët janë gjithmonë bashkë, sepse ata kanë një pikpamje të botës dhe nuk përfshin individin, dhe ato janë gjërat që njerëzit duhet të jenë kundër. Unë nuk flas në emër të qeverisë amerikane, por në emër të qytetarëve për cilët kam bërë fushatën dhe kam bashkëpunuar me ta. Ajo që e bën interesante gjën këtu është fakti që kemi konservatorë të vërtet, të cilët që janë duke luftuar kundrejt një regjimi socialist dhe një lideri të paqëndrueshëm që e bën qeverinë dhe ekonominë shumë të paqëndrueshme.
We need to ensure that there's stability in the region. So, obviously, those in the United States watch.
Njerëzit në Shtetet Bashkuara të Amerikës shohin çfarë ndodh në çdo vend dhe është për të bërë për ndërtuar aleanca dhe Shqipëria padyshim ka qenë pjesë e kësaj dhe Berisha ka qenë një pjesë e kësaj aleance, por shumë e rëndësishme për ata nga ju që në moshë caktuar të kuptojnë rëndësinë e asaj çfarë po bëni dhe rëndësinë e çështjes për cilën jo për cilin votoni, por për është shumë e thjeshtë. Dhe ju mund të keni një impakt të drejtë për drejtë tek zgjedhjet në Shqipëri.
Just a moment. As regard to Europe, lidhur me pyetjen tuaj për Europën, në Shqipëri ka dy Europa. Një Europë që censurohet dhe tjetra që manipulohet dhe deformohet. E vërteta është Europa që censurohet në Shqipëri, këtë javë ka folur për Shqipërinë më fuqishëm se kur ndonjëherë në 32 vite dhe ndofta më fuqishëm se për çdo vend tjetër në 32 vite. Kjo Europë